several letters to us requesting to hold a hearing.
Is it to hold a hearing or to appear in front of the board
Well,
to discuss? He wants his own hearing.
He wants his own hearing.
Okay.
So I reviewed the information and I sent him a letter saying that some of the issues that he is looking for, we are in the process of drafting a proposal for. I believe we have an ordinance committee meeting next week that may address some of the issues that he's raising, and I told him that we were not inclined to hold a hearing. He requested that you all discuss it and then send him yet another determination. So
what are his issues?
It's not easy to read. He wants to discuss the taxi school of the city of Cambridge and its administrator. He wants emergency flat rates for snowstorms, inclement weather, tunnel closings. He thinks that hotel shuttle buses need to be defined as to where they can pick up. And last but not least, credit cards. Then he said recent events have brought up some important topics. He wants a hearing in front of the commission to discuss drug testing for drivers, radio service dispatchers being drug tested, evaluating all radio services once a year to see if they are properly maintaining communication, RE taking calls to Cambridge, providing service 24 hours, having a dispatch office, and records of jobs. And that religious symbols must be removed from inside of cabs and outside of cabs. It's offensive and against the law, and that was sum total. So I let him know that credit cards were already pending. I let him know that drug testing and alcohol testing was being considered. And every year he asks that we remove Mr. Ewing from the taxi school.
And what is his reasoning for that?
He's never given us one. Just he thinks that he should be doing it.
Okay. So I'll leave it to my colleagues. What is your pleasure? Would you like to have him come in and explain, present?
I recall doing that before.
He's
No, I know who he is. I don't recall in my tenure we've ever entertained a request to come in and give testimony to the board. And as you indicated too, the balance of the issues are still pending with respect to, and I assume there's going to be public hearing associated with those matters, right? So there's an opportunity for him to speak for those issues too.
Credit cards were already voted on today.
Right, which you can now let him know that credit cards have passed.
Yeah.
And,
He had an opportunity to be on the board of the taxi school. He was not voted on.
right. So my question is, with respect to the taxi school, wouldn't it be more appropriate for him to ask to speak to the board of the taxi school as opposed to coming here to this commission? Since they're the ones that have oversight regulation of the taxi school?
He could submit a letter telling us what it is that he's looking for, but I don't.
When you say asking me, us as in taxi
Well, I'm on.
right, you're
Yeah,
on
I'm on
taxi.
taxi
Or
school.
what you would do is you basically indicate to them which matters are still pending with respect to future public hearings, right?
Yeah.
And then I would suggest before you bring him in to talk to us about the removal of a person, you need to articulate further, what is his reasoning, then we can take it under consideration. And then whatever evidence he has that supports his claims, right?
Why isn't this going before the taxi subcommittee?
Even if it did, I would have to bring that to you, because the subcommittee doesn't, we're just,
But shouldn't they stop there?
he's been told there that they're not interested in to what he's looking for.
So was the question whether or not we would allow him to appear before the board? So I make a motion that Mr. Gervais not appear before the board. He can send a letter of explanation. Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Okay, the Board of License Commissioners will adopt the new policy approved by the ABCC regarding the new approved opening hour for package stores. You took my advisory. So this is the Alcoholic Beverages Control Commission advisory under Mass General Laws, Chapter 138, Section 15, off-premises retail licensees, Sunday opening time allowed at 10 a.m.
No, but I think the relevant piece of it is that we have to approve it.
Yeah, the relevant piece is that licensees have to submit to the board, which several of them did, a change of hours application along with a vote of corporate board. Thank you. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know you. Along with a vote of a corporate vote authorizing the change. The local licensing authority must approve it. However, in speaking with the executive director of the ABCC, I was told that even though we must approve it, it must be approved at hearing.
So I guess I'd like to take the position that we obviously adopt, because we can't deny anyone anyway, that we just adopt it, and then if anyone comes in after the fact to the counter in terms of a package store, and they want to change their hours, I don't see a need for it to come before the full board for us to vote on it, for them to have to wait for us to vote on it, because according to the ABCC,
We have no choice.
We have no choice. So I think we can just do one blanket approval that we accept this policy, and if any package store comes in looking to modify their hours based on this advisory, that it's approved at the counter by staff. You're holding your head. And you're not talking.
No, I'm just wondering, in the same context, if any other applicant came in here to adjust their hours, they'd have to come before the commission. The staff wouldn't have the ability to make that decision. I appreciate the fact that the ABCC is allowing stores to open at a different hour. I'm just wondering if we want to have the ability, though, that when you have package stores coming in and asking that, I mean, I suspect we could articulate reasons why we wouldn't. So, for example,
No, we can't.
We can't.
We can't.
So let me give you an example. The Prospect Liquor Store, where we were having problems with people showing up at the front door and interfering with school-aged children who were gathering for a school bus. They were clearly intoxicated. That became a source of attractive nuisance. So you're telling me somebody can come in now and automatically open the store? I mean, the only recourse we would have is then to bring them in for a disciplinary matter?
Yes,
Yes.
because the way this reads and conversations that I had, you have no choice but to allow it.
So you would have to approve it and then monitor, and if there's issue, you can do discipline.
I get
But
that part.
I guess if we want to know, or if the board wants to know who actually has come in to modify their hours, we can do it as a ratification.
I have it, the ones that we have so far.
Oh, so I got this already.
Norton Beverage, Cambridge Mall Liquors, Liquor World,
Cambridge Mall.
Mall, Fresh Pond Liquors, Trader Joe's at 748 Memorial Drive, Whole Foods on River Street, and Sabon Market, Broadway Market, they did one on Brookline Street, that's University. And our corporation at 271 Brookline Street, they didn't put the DBA.
So I would propose that,
So let me, I'm just reading this third paragraph. It basically says, as mentioned above, this law does not go into effect until October 23rd, 2014. All licensees should ensure that sales of alcoholic beverages take place only on the days and hours approved by the local licensing Licensees who fail to notify the local licensing authority about the change to their hours are prohibited from making sales at an earlier time than those permitted on the face of their license, which tells me that there still has to be a process, right?
Right.
With respect to changing the
But
time.
the process is they have to fill out the application, give us the corporate vote, we'll forward Form 43 to the ABCC, and then
That's the process.
that's the process.
So let's say for the sake of argument, somebody is not opening as early as they possibly could right now.
That's correct.
Forget a policy change. What would they have to do to petition the license commission to operate earlier than what they're operating right now?
They would have to have a hearing,
I'm just trying to figure out why is this, aside from the fact that
because
they
it
can do
took it out of your
as a matter of
hands.
right.
Right.
Yeah,
The ABCC took it out of our hands.
I
So
get that.
right now, with that in place now, all they have to do is submit a corporate vote in the Form 43 for us to send to ABCC, and that's it. It says we must approve. Not you may, you must.
I forget, I think the chief recommended me, or did maybe you could, Madam Chair, about maybe just do a ratification, just so we're aware of the fact that stores have applied. I mean, so theoretically, we could ratify those applications you have right now, we take a vote on this issue, right? Take effect October 23rd. You said you got, what, 3 or 4 right now?
9,
Not 9.
and I know one more thing.
How many package stores do you have in the city?
No, we have 40 or 41. They're not, it's about an equal split. Wine and malt and all alcohol.
Oh, okay, that's both, right. I read that,
It's rather ambiguous.
You want to look at it again, or?
He's busy.
Check my boss.
I had, called over to say that, call over to say that we were late.
Okay. I don't know if that's what you're looking for.
Then we have to go back to Chiang Mai Thai. I knew he wasn't going to be able to come.
So based on the ABCC advisory, off-premise retail licensing Sunday opening time allowed at 10 a.m. I make a motion that the staff of the License Commission accept said notification of change of hours along with a corporate vote, and all such notifications that will be placed on the next subsequent agenda for ratification by the board. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. And then going back to Chiang Mai Thai, what, is that the name of it?